Hello, I'm Shelley. I'm a kinesiologist in Brisbane, and today I'm going to use this video to tell you a little bit about kinesiology. Our conscious mind only controls 5 to 15% of what we think and do in our daily lives. Our subconscious and unconscious mind controls up to 95%, so the impact of our conscious decisions is often very small. Kinesiology is a complementary or alternative therapy which taps into the subconscious and unconscious mind. The whole basis of kinesiology is what we call muscle monitoring. Not muscle testing, as it's not a test to see how strong you are. In fact, the practitioner could use very light pressure to communicate with the muscle. Muscle monitoring is actually monitoring a neurological feedback loop between the client's muscle and their brain. If there is any stress, conscious or hidden, about what we're asking, then the muscle monitoring will show us. There are lots of muscles that we can work with, but the most usual of what we call indicator muscles are the anterior deltoid and the brachioradialis. Kinesiology can help with stress, current as well as pre-existing. Illness which occurred as a result of long or short-term stress, so there's a lot of illnesses in that category. And also to improve physical, metaphysical, physiological, mental and emotional health and well-being. So what does a kinesiology balance look like? Kinesiology is actually quite complex. I'm trying to keep this simple to help people from all walks of society understand, so I'm leaving out the complexities of kinesiology. Professional kinesiology practitioners, such as members of the Australian Kinesiology Association, are required by their code of ethics to maintain client confidentiality. There are lots of effective kinesiology techniques, so you may well notice a difference between practitioners that you visit. Different techniques can be used to achieve similar results. In some cases, there are techniques which are better for particular problems, so kinesiologists often have one or more protocols that they prefer and they specialise in. The client discusses the issues that they want help with: physical, mental, physiological, emotional, etc. Short sessions can sometimes be done with the client standing or sitting, but in most cases, in a full kinesiology session, the client lies on the massage table, face up. If the client needs to be face down, the hamstring is the usual indicator muscle which is monitored. Leg bent 90 degrees at the knee. The practitioner does some pre-checks monitoring the indicator muscle to make sure the communication process with the client's muscle and brain is accurate. Kinesiology is a collaborative effort between the practitioner and the client. The kinesiologist is not the healer, however the client will have layers of stress removed during the balance, allowing the innate ability of their body to self-heal. Okay, there are different stages of stress indicated by the muscle monitoring. If there is no stress at all, that is the indicator, and we can manually unlock the muscle and manually lock it up again. If there is a small degree of stress, then the muscle will unlock, and just to check we can manually lock it up again. And then if there is more stress, the muscle will lock, but we will not be able to manually unlock it using the spindle of the muscle. And then the most stress of all, when the body has been compensating so much for the stress, is we do the test and the muscle is flaccid. The muscle just has got no strength in it. And we can check that it's in third stage stress by manually locking it up, and it won't lock. No matter what we do, it won't lock. So we know then it's in third stage stress. Techniques used to diffuse the stress may be physical, such as rubbing or holding specific points on the body, such as reflexes or acupoints. We can use energetic techniques using frequency and vibration, such as pulsing a chakra, ringing tuning forks, using flower essences, magnets, etc. Or we can use a combination of these. Holograms are often used. We locate the coordinates of the meridians where the stress is using the muscle testing. We then use reflex points, sound, feelings, thoughts, attitudes or flower essences to diffuse the stress. There are even meditative techniques. These are excellent for dealing with non-beneficial beliefs, conscious as well as subconscious and unconscious. In order to collect the information and keep adding to it, the practitioner captures the neurological stress in the proprioceptors in his or her jaw. So you will often see your practitioner with their mouth open. The practitioner transfers the neurological stress to his or her hips. So he will take the stress in his jaw and then move his feet together and apart, and this transfers it into their hips. This leaves the jaw free to gather the next stress, which shows from the muscle monitoring. In fact, it is an electrical circuit using the brain's neurology. Sometimes a practitioner will ask you to move your feet together and then apart. This is so you are holding the circuit of your own information in your hips and allows the practitioner more freedom to move around. Something else you will be aware of during the balance is that the kinesiologist will hold finger modes. These are used in conjunction with the muscle monitoring to gather information. For example, suppression, structure, nutrition, emotion, electrical, organ, gland, hormone, bone, hologram. There are hundreds of different finger modes that we use to get to what we're actually checking for. A kinesiology balance is often thought of as stacking dominoes. The information which is showing up as stressful to the client is gathered in the circuit. So we have all the dominoes stacked up in a row, stress, 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 and then the correction knocks over the first domino and it knocks over all of them by knocking over the first one, collapses them. This diffuses all the stress which came to light during the balance. When the final correction is completed, the practitioner checks the stresses which were noted during the balance to validate they have all cleared before the client leaves. The client should stay hydrated to allow any toxins which have been released from their cells to wash from their bodies. The balance may take a few hours to a week or so to fully integrate.